Planning Zoning Commission, November 1st meeting to order. Roll call.
Poole,
Here.
Gallion,
Here.
Hofstadter,
Here.
Schrock,
Here.
Hubner,
Here.
Kahn,
Here.
Kreider.
Here. Have a review and approval of the October 4th, 2023 meetings. Any additions, corrections, comments?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second Khan.
Hubner,
Aye.
Kahn,
Aye.
Poole,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Gallion,
Aye.
Schrock,
Aye.
Kreider.
Aye. Don't have any change of zoning district request, Mass Reynolds LIC has submitted a change of zoning district request for 177 St. Clair Street, lots 345, 346. Specifically, the request is to change the zoning district from R3 Village Residential to SU Spatial Use District to allow for the construction of a triplex as well as a future duplex. Nate?
All right, you should have all got a copy of the site, or the plans for the unit, the application. We did send out the surrounding property owner notifications as well. Received one letter just shortly from Caitlin Schwartz. Do you want me to read through that, or do you all had a chance to review that letter? Okay. So I'll just, my piece in this is obviously, since they're applying for a triplex, that doesn't meet the requirements of a single family zoning district, hence the request for the change of zoning. The request is to go to the special use district. And as always, any change of zoning, this board will make a recommendation. Whatever they decide tonight isn't final, it goes to the full village council. After, there'll be another 30-day advertising period for a public hearing, and then council would have 3 readings of an ordinance that would decide one way or the other on the proposal. The other thing I do want to address one thing, mainly in your letter, just from our standpoint, the special use district does allow for a lot of different things. One safeguard though that we do have in place is any deviation from what was approved would have to come back to the board. So it doesn't give them free reign to do anything that's of permitted use in that district. It's very specific to what, say they do approve, that's the only thing they could do with it. They couldn't put in, a civic center, cell towers, that kind of thing. So just so you're aware of that. So, we do have Tim Mast here, and then some neighbors, I'm assuming. So, if anybody wants to speak, we would ask that you come to the microphone and just state your name, just for the record.
I just have one question. Is it low-income housing that they're wanting to put in? Was the triplex going in?
What's your name? I'm sorry.
Lori Woodruff, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
166 North School.
I should know that by now, but I'm sorry.
That's all right.
When you
Tim,
say like government housing or that,
Yeah.
no, we don't. We've got multiple rentals in the village here. We're Pepper's Plumbing. We do mechanical work. So we buy these places that need work in the town, and then that gives our guys, if we're not real busy, gives them something to do to, if we're slow, they can go in and repair, and we fix these houses up, and then we rent them out, is what we do. But no, we do not, we've never done any government housing, no.
Okay.
No.
I didn't want our property, valued
Sure.
or anything,
Yeah.
so I'm sure it'll be well kept. And that was another concern.
And that's, yeah, when we try and get good renters in there, because we put a lot of money into fixing these places up usually, and so we don't want them tore up either. The only reason we're trying to build something here is there was a house on this when we bought it, and that was the plan, was we were gonna buy it and repair it, and we got in there, and it was in really poor shape. It didn't make sense financially to try. I mean, it would have been a complete gut job.
Yeah.
So we just had them when they were in there tearing other houses down in the corner. We we had them just remove the house, and we thought we would do something like this. It's a big double lot, it's got a lot of room there, so we thought we would put that.
Okay.
Hey, Lori, thanks for coming. Did you see a copy or picture of what he was proposing?
No. I was kind of curious how you're gonna fit it back in here, because it's kind of a weird shape.
So, where on the property is it?
There should be a site plan, I think the last page.
Yes.
Keep going.
Somewhere.
No? There, yeah. You have to keep it back, you know, it's, I don't know, I do my glasses. Yeah, there's 241, this is, the road would be up here, right here's the road, and then you have an easement, you have to keep it back, and then you have to keep it back another so many feet. This is the property line, and then there's also
Abandoned
there's
alley.
an abandoned alley on this side of the property line, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the building we would be doing. This is, Schlebaugh Builders is the one that's looking to do it. And they said, well, you'd have room for it. He said, if you're going through this process, you might as well, you know, if we in the future would decide to do a duplex, we have to run this by the board anyhow. So, as of right now, that is not, the triplex is what they have drawn up plans for. But it would probably be just the same as this, just a two house, I mean, a duplex instead of a triplex. Is what the plans were.
Okay, I guess to instruct and to review this thing, it's gonna be all new construction,
Correct.
new building, parking, you're gonna have garages, the way it looks on here, or,
Those are just short garages, more for storage than for vehicles. They're not deep enough for a vehicle.
yeah,
More of instead of having to go rent, most of our renters need to go rent a storage building or something. It's more for storage. It's not deep enough unless it would be a pretty short car to put in there.
yeah. Well, what for parking would be around it?
I think he was gonna put that on there. Should be two
Yeah, the very
two
last,
spots per,
Last page,
very last page.
I think he was gonna do 2 spots
per unit,
per unit, yeah. On the front.
because there is a apartment on the other side of the street, the other side, where you go around the loop.
Yeah, on the other end.
The other
Yeah.
side has apartments in it.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
they sold here a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's got the parking off the alley below it. They come up.
Yeah, and then there's, that big house on the end though, right above School Street, is a duplex too, isn't it?
Duplex, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yes.
So this really wouldn't be out of character, except to be all new structure.
Yeah, yeah, there would be those two existing
Yeah.
other multifamily ones there. Yes.
So as submitted, they're just looking for permission right now just for that triplex to start with, is that right?
Yes,
Okay, so if in the future they decide to do the duplex, they would have to come back.
it'd have to come back, absolutely.
So, ma'am, is it Caitlin? Okay. By looking at the picture, does that alleviate any concerns or not? Not at all? Okay,
It expounds on
okay.
that road is very narrow, and having potentially 6 to 12 cars in the future, you know, if a duplex would be built, you know, my girls are not the only young ones on that street. And when we purchased the home, that was a residential house there, old single family. And yes, we knew the duplexes were all the way across the way. They're not near our house. They're, It's, the safety of the additional traffic is really a big thing, plus there are blind spots on that road. And that would practically double the amount of traffic on our street.
So a single-family unit you wouldn't have any issues with?
No,
What about duplex?
not ideal, but I would rather see a duplex than a triplex. And definitely not a triplex and a duplex, as they hope in the future. That would, probably push us to sell our property. And reduce the property value.
Are you locked into a triplex idea? Are you locked into a triplex idea?
Ideally, but I mean, when you say lock.
But what I'm saying, are you open to doing a duplex instead of a triplex? That's what I'm asking.
If that's what we have to do, I would probably be what we would do. Bill, we originally looked at like three-bedroom duplex, but it made more sense to do two-bedroom triplex for what you're gonna get invested from sidewalk builders to build the property, and what you could get returning on your investment and to make the payments on it. Is why we went that way.
Nate, what is the required lot size in terms of width for a single family home?
Oh, for single family is, well, in the special use district, it's to be determined by the board. In the R3 district, it's 50 foot is the minimum for frontage. 6,000 square foot lot size minimum for new lots.
How many people live on that street?
That use St. Clair Street is very few. It would be us, and then there is a single-family rental unit across the street. And then, there is a couple that lives kind of catty corner from us. There's also a couple that lives across, I believe that's Martin Alley. And sometimes they use the front, but they primarily do not use that. So typically, it's just those three homes that use the front of, for traffic purposes. Now you have the mail and, occasionally like delivery trucks. However, for pedestrian purposes, the kids, all the kids in the area they ride their bikes around, they ride their little vehicles around the loop, we call it. People walk their dogs around the loop. There's an understanding with all of the neighbors that, you're very cautious, and with the parents as well, we all walk with our kids and stuff. It's, there aren't sidewalks in that area, but it's a nice little residential, almost oasis away from some of the more closer built homes that are in, like, more towards Washington, like South Washington Street and stuff.
Sometimes that street seems really busy back through there, and there aren't that many houses there. I've made a comment before, good God, there's not that many houses. Yeah,
Around the loop?
yeah. Just sitting at our house, we're on the corner of School Street.
Are you talking about the alley, or all the way in
No,
front
the
of
whole
our house?
loop, the whole loop in front of your house.
See, I've never noticed that sitting in my living room.
Yeah.
I've noticed the
comment before that
school time pickup.
well, yeah,
That's
and,
gotten
but,
better, I
Yeah,
feel.
but it, you know, just, I don't know, any time of the day, it seems like we would get a lot of traffic back through there. And it's like, there's not that many houses back there. It's, where's everybody going?
It's slowed down some.
It has slowed down. I'll say the people across that white house that sits across from your, probably truck, living room.
Yes, yeah.
The big trucks.
No, they don't live there anymore.
So it seemed really busy at the time.
When they had the trucks, there were a lot of, they were younger, two younger girls, and they had friends and family over a lot, and it was very
Busy.
busy. Now that there's a family living there, there's not
Yeah,
near
that
as
has
much.
quieted down, but like you say, that street is tight back through there. And if you're going back around the corner, there's not enough room for two vehicles.
Anywhere on that.
Do we have any more,
I
comments?
I have one comment or question, Nate. This lot, as it sits today, has nearly enough frontage to be made into 3 individual single-family homes, correct?
It would, real close, yeah, just a couple feet shy.
Did you receive any other comments?
No, this was the only feedback we got.
Have any more concerns, questions?
Well, one thing that's been brought up lately is that, there's a limited amount of housing in the village.
Yeah.
Here's an opportunity of a lot, or 2 lots, whatever, to accommodate some people, more or less. We don't know what the traffic's gonna be, it's like any place else. We can't judge what the future's gonna bring. The traffic on that street, School Street, is already terrible. And if the school builds a new building west of town, you're gonna have that empty lot where the old building's at. So that's gonna create traffic too. I don't really see denying this, one way or the other. I mean, denying it as a building lot is going to affect anything. It is a residential area, granted, but that's what the surrounding area is. There's apartments to the left or to the south side of that. And it's not an old shack, it's gonna be new construction. And when you have new construction, you usually don't have bad renters or a bad reputation coming in. And as far as the traffic, hey, just like every place else, we have to put our police department into controlling it. If there's a problem, have them look. But I think to resolve some of the problems, people keep saying, well, we don't have enough building, we don't have enough. Here's a person that are, people that are trying to build something in an area which is already residential, and this is gonna be residential. It's not gonna be a business or something else. I guess I'll have to go along with saying, let's do it. I mean, let's grant it at our end. If it goes to council and goes down, there's nothing we can do about that. But I would say let's go ahead and at least change it to subdivision and see what happens.
Nate, correct me if I'm wrong. Our charge here is to review this request. Based on that, we say yes or no, and then it goes to village council, correct?
You make this.
Traffic and all those other issues are beyond our scope of authority.
It's certainly something you can consider.
Yeah.
It should be part of your decision. But your decision is making a recommendation to council. Council has the vote, yea or nay on it.
Yeah, if it dies here, it doesn't go any further,
Yeah.
basically. So just to piggyback on what Brett had asked, he said that it potentially could be three lots, so three homes could be built in that, on those 2 lots, in theory.
If they'd split it the other way.
If they split it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
in my
kind of
mind, I'm thinking with a triplex, you're basically allowing 3 units to go in there. So, and I have a tendency to agree with Mr. Schrock too on this.
Do we have a motion then?
I'll make a motion to approve triplex con,
Recommend approval.
recommend.
I'll second it.
There's a big difference in the wording, isn't
There is, it's,
there? No, I understand.
Con,
Aye.
Schrock,
Aye.
Kreider,
Aye.
Gallium,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Uhl,
Aye.
Hubner.
Aye.
Okay.
But please understand that this has to go to council now, and like Nate has stated, there'll be a 30-day, there'll be public comments that can be brought before council before they'll vote on it. It'll go 3 readings before council, before any final decision is made. So if there are still concerns, you still have opportunities to voice those to council in the future.
Yeah, feel free to come to council and
Your,
whatever else you want to bring with you.
your letter will be submitted to council as well.
And you'll send notification for when those meetings are?
Yeah, yep. We'll let you know when the public hearing is. I'm just looking, it'll likely be, the next council meeting is the
November
13th.
13, yeah.
So it would be, I'm assuming won't be on December 25th. It'll probably be December 26th. We'll probably move that council meeting, I'm guessing, is when the public hearing would be. But that's not set yet. Typically, that's how it would work.
Anything else, Nate?
That's all I had.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Hubner,
Aye.
Hofstadter,
Aye.
Uhl,
Aye.
Gallium,
Aye.
Con,
Aye.
Schrock,
Aye.
Kreider.
Aye.
Thank you. Mike, just sign